Pimentel of BehindTheGloves.com here with the one and only Freddie Roach. Freddie, big fight coming up in a week and a half. Your man Victor Postol versus Terence Crawford. Talk to us about this fight and talk to us how Victor has prepared for Terence Crawford.
Well, you know, we've been in training camp for 8 weeks now, and he's doing really well. We boxed 8 rounds yesterday. We'll box 6 tomorrow. We're just tapering off right now and just getting ready for the show. And just we're ready to fight already, but we're just staying sharp. And he's doing very well, and I think we're well prepared for the win.
Now, what are your thoughts on Terence Crawford? He is pretty much being booked as the main guy, the superstar, the rising darling on not only HBO but in boxing pundits' minds. You know, the kid has very good technique, has very good speed, power, and everything. How do you feel your guy matches up?
Well, you know, my guy's not getting arrested at car shops or anything like that. So let's bring out all the news. I mean, you want to say the good things. What's wrong with the bad? I mean, the thing is, he's not a perfect person, like all of us. We all make mistakes and so forth. I mean, he's not the greatest fighter in the world, and he's not even in the top 10 at this point. And I feel that I have the better fighter at this point. And I think my guy will win the fight.
Since you brought that up, let's talk about that. Let's talk about, you know, the negatives about fighting. Do you think that right there was somewhat of a distraction for him? This was early in the camp before the fight was even announced.
Probably. There still has to be a little bit of distraction because there's guys like me that don't forget stuff like that. And the thing is, I mean, there's good and bad everywhere. And the thing is, you know, actually in America right now with all the shootings and so forth, I'm really worried actually. But makes us kind of think, you know. I just had a fight up in Santa Fe and so forth, and like, you know, all the guys that work up in the farms up there and so forth, the president's trying to get rid of them all. But who's going to pick the fruit? It feeds 90% of America, you know, so yeah, it's just difficult. I went and picked some fruit, so it's in the fridge. The grapes are all gone.
Oh, man, I like grapes.
Me too. They went quick. They were really good.
All right, let's get back to talking about the fight. Let's talk about Victor, the preparation. Let's also talk about how Victor had a kid, or is having a kid coming up and needs to feed it. How do you feel this will gain him more stardom here in the States, also thus making him more money?
Well, he has one child already, and he's having twins in a week after the fight scheduled. But, you know, the thing is, he's a very good fighter, very disciplined, trains hard. I like that in people, and that's why he's one of my favorite fighters, because I like people who work hard. I mean, it's just like, if they don't work hard, I'll just like ignore them. I mean,
get
you know, so like he makes me want to work with him. I'm wondering right now, who's gonna work mitts, me or Marvin today, right? Because I've already worked with 3 guys this morning. I'm really hot, and I'm not sure who's gonna do mitts right now, but it'll probably be me because I know my. But I want to give Marvin some press also because Marvin's a great assistant, and I want to show people that it's not just me; it's Marvin also.
Talk to us about that transition as well. You know, you're getting in your late stage as a trainer and everything, but you've had Marvin for a few years now, and he has predominantly been in many of the camps. He's taken over. He's helped Cotto. He's helped Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He's helped GSP last night. So how is the transition for you, knowing that maybe your time may be up and Marvin will take over?
Yeah, I mean, this is realistic, and Marvin, he'll be a great guy to turn it over to. And, like, I'm not wrapping hands anymore because he raps better than I do, even though I taught him how to rap. But they like him better. But, so, yeah, that's okay. And Marvin, I like to see them, you know, progress and be better and better, and that's like he might work the mitts today. You know, Victor's fight in the forum, I was bucket boy in the stool, and Marvin worked the middle because I wanted him to get more experience. Okay. So I'm always trying to develop him and help him and make him better and better and get him, you know, to that level. So he's perfect at fight time.
You're also world famous for your predictions. What is your prediction for this fight, Victor Postol versus Terence Crawford?
I think we win a 12-round decision. I'm not predicting a knockout in this fight. They're both very good fighters, and I think they both have good defense and good and very smart. And I expect it to be a great fight, but I expect to win a 12-round decision. And you know, I know everyone's worried about the judges and so forth. You know, Vegas is a big place, and a lot of people are watching and so forth. And If we clearly win the fight, I mean, the fans will let us know. So we're not really worried about that at this point. The referee, we like, they say he's going to talk to him about our holding too much and so forth. But, you know, I'll talk to Tony Weeks about holding and, you know, tying a person up. There's a difference. There's obsessive holding and there's tying a guy up at certain points in fights where it's necessary, you know. But the thing is, it's part of the sport and so forth, and we will not hold. We won't hold too much, and we will tie him up when we need to at certain points. And again, that's part of the game.
All right, my final question. You're also known to be a very honest guy. Give us your honest opinion and your honest reaction to when you heard that Triple G is going to be fighting Kell Brook.
I said he's too small. This is going to be like a replay of Amir Khan fighting Canelo. I said, you know, the thing is, he's way too small. Even though he's a big, strong guy, stuff like that at 147, but he's moving up to 160. I think he's looking for a payday, I guess, and he's going to get the payday. He'll make a lot of money in the fight, but he won't win.
He won't win?
No.
All righty, then. Well, I thank you for your time, Freddie Roach. Fernando Pimentel, once again, for Behind the Glove, saying we'll see you at the fight. And here's Michelle.
It's free, and it features really cool stuff like a fight calendar that reminds you of all the upcoming fights, and it allows for you to, with one click, to remind yourself directly to your phone. And it also features 24/7 breaking news that's going on in boxing. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that and subscribe to this channel.